Holden Health. Expertise, technology, experience.
Hello there, welcome to the show. David Holden, biohacking healing coach, naturopathic oncologist and nutritional biochemist. I'm today with Chad Carter, who's the founder of SuperMe, who does these two very interesting products he's going to talk about today. I've known Chad fairly new, very recently introduced by a colleague of mine, and I'm very excited about these products. I've wanted to get into mushrooms for a long time, and Chad's done all the heavy lifting for us. So, Chad, welcome to the show. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Thanks very much, David. Good to be here. Yeah, as you said, I'm Chad Carter, and I guess I got into my health journey about 15 years ago. It wasn't something that I planned. But my uncle had quadruple heart bypass surgery at 49 years of age, and he looked like me, looked healthy, super successful, and I just thought, wow, I don't want to have to do that. That's not too far off for me. I ended up looking at ingredients that could benefit the heart, and once I went down that rabbit hole, the whole world opened up to all of the superfoods and options of ingredients out there, as I'm sure your base is very aware of.
Sure is.
Yeah, so after probably a year or two, I found that I had 20 odd ingredients in my pantry, and I'd be trying to dose it and make myself something that was nutritious but didn't taste terrible.
Yeah,
And I eventually ended up making a blend and started modifying a blend, so then I didn't have to make it up every day or figure out what tasted good and what didn't taste good. And then that evolved into finding out about pesticides and deciding that I wanted all my ingredients to be organic, where I could source them. And then I had friends asking me for smoothie blends, and then with one of my other businesses, a lighting business, I had to go to China once a year, and I wanted to take my smoothies everywhere I went because the food over there was quite bizarre.
Yeah.
And so, started making sachets, and then eventually decided, okay, I've got enough people that actually want this. I'm going to turn it into a product. So that's really where my health journey began.
Right.
Yeah, and then I guess along the way, all the podcasts, Andrew Huberman, Rhonda Patrick, Aubrey Marcus, all of those biohacking kind of people, started listening to all of their podcasts and finding them incredibly interesting. And I just, started getting obsessed with learning about things like brain health and stress management, recovery, fasting, Rhonda Patrick, and then infrared saunas. So I bought myself a sauna, and then that journey evolved. Then I had some friends get cancer and wanted to help them reduce pain from their journey. So then got into the cannabis space and ended up sourcing some cannabis from friends and putting it into a kind of oil format for one friend just to help him through to the end. And then decided that we needed to get cheaper access to CBD. So started up another company, Sacred Therapeutics, and started importing CBD and prescribing that through some clinics until some legislation changed. But sort of it all blends into the whole health and wellness sort of space.
Definitely. I got into mushrooms years and years ago, but not as popular as they are now. And when I heard a podcast from one of my big mentors in biohacking, of course, most people's mentor in biohacking, Dave Asprey, and he was raving about lion's mane and reishi and a number of the others. And I thought, I've got to look into this more. And then I got distracted, and then I found out about your products through Matt Bowden. And I must admit, I was very pleasantly surprised. This product quality of this is superb. It's really high quality. And when I did more research and found out that medicinal mushrooms are some of the richest sources of beta-glucans, which are a major immune stimulant. I've used a lot of beta-1,3 glucans in the past. And these are a very rich source of it. So I'm now recommending this a lot more for patients for well-being and really enjoying the results of it. You must have heard some pretty amazing stories of what people have experienced with some of these products. Can you share some of them with us?
Yeah, sure. So obviously there's a lot of stories about turkey tail and breast cancer out there in the global sort of story marketplace. But in terms of in New Zealand, most of my feedback is based on energy. So a lot of people that say that they have consistent energy throughout the day. When they don't have it, they notice it. Other people that say that they don't get sick anymore, or if they get sick, then they double dose and get over it much faster. It's one of those hard ones because my whole thing in the health and wellness space is trying to do daily practices that will help me long term, whereas a lot of people find themselves in the space because of some type of trauma, and they will often be going down a route of trying multiple different things. So fasting, mushrooms.
Out of desperation, usually.
Out of desperation. So it is a difficult one to actually, in my opinion anyway, to measure what helped people. There's a wonderful book that tells of about 100 people that cured themselves of terminal cancer. And they all followed the same 9 things.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's a very interesting book. It's written by that female surgeon. I forget her name now. She did Radical Remission.
Radical Remission.
Radical Remission, yeah.
It's hard to know. I know that stress and releasing traumas and mindfulness. Yeah. But in terms of mushrooms, it's well known. They've done enough studies to show how beneficial it is for the immune system. And I'm just on my flyer, from cholesterol management, immune support, liver health, detoxification, heart health, blood sugar, polysaccharides. Yeah, they're amazing little things. The third kingdom, and where they say they're not a plant and they're not an animal, they're apparently closer to an animal than they are a plant. They
have some amazing qualities. And what I'm now using, I've got quite a few patients who suffer chronic fatigue syndrome. And I was one of 4 speakers at Australasia's first EHS conference in Parakai Hot Springs way back in August. And electrohypersensitivity, or EHS, is becoming more and more of an issue, and is certainly getting benefit from this product here. So I would recommend any of you out there that are having fatigue or energy issues that you look at getting the stronger of the 2 products, this product here, and trialing it. Just do 1 tube of it. 2 scoops a day, morning, night. Put it in your Danger coffee, put it in smoothies, and you can add the other one we'll talk about in a minute into smoothies as well. But for people who have got a chronic condition, you want something with a bit more grunt and power, and this is certainly designed for that purpose. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, my whole purpose was overall health and wellness and energy, and so the mushrooms that are in there cover all of the bases. They are the top 10 that this
sure are. Yeah. Now, any of you that know about mushrooms, let me read out what's in the Miracle Mushrooms product. Are they even amounts of each?
Yes, it's a 1-to-10 ratio, correct.
Right. Yeah. So lion's mane, reishi, 2 of the most popular of all the mushrooms. They're the top 2. Chaga, cordyceps, very powerful for immune improvement and longevity. Turkey tail, maitake, shiitake, great for the immune system. Androdia, Agaricus blazei, also good for the gut microbiome. King trumpet. These have general systemic effects. They're not super specific, they're generalized, but you add them together and they compound. And I think this is the power of this blend. It's very useful like that. For people who want something that's a bit less high powered, but something they can add in smoothies on a regular basis that contains the 2 top mushrooms, you've got lion's mane and reishi in here, haven't you? Designed to go in smoothies, isn't it?
Yes, so the wellness blend is an organic oat base. And so, that product is, you can chuck a couple of scoops in and you're getting about 24 different superfoods. That was my flagship product, which I first started because I wanted to be able to have something healthy to start the day rather than just wheat mix and sugar.
Who wants to go there?
And having whole foods and some superfoods every day definitely has had a lot of positive feedback from people. When I ran out of product one time, I had a number of people say that they noticed their skin getting worse. It's quite funny, actually.
But we know from thousands of years of empirical evidence, particularly in Chinese medicine, how effective these are. And I know for myself from using them over the years how good they are. So let's go through the ingredients in this blend here, because this one is pure organic mushrooms. So if you want undiluted, high quality, organically grown mushrooms, that's the product for you, which for me, that's my favorite of the two.
And really easy to just put a teaspoon heaped in a glass of warm or cold water or hot water. Yeah. I generally go warm, and then I just scull it, and then I'm done for the day.
I add it to my Danger coffee. I really like it. So let's go through the ingredients in here, because this one was designed for smoothies. And so you've got rolled oats as the base, hemp protein powder, 15.5%, cacao, great, goji berries, coconut milk, blueberry skin, which is where all the actives are, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, desiccated coconut, lucerne, lion's mane mushroom, reishi mushroom, spirulina, monk fruit for a sweetener, vanilla extract for a sweetener, broccoli sprouts, good for sulforaphane and wellness of maintenance of the reproductive system in both men and women. Beetroot, curcumin complex, ashwagandha, one of my favorite herbs for longevity, cinnamon, great for blood sugar control, for anti-inflammatory, probiotics, lactospore, bacillus coagulans, black pepper extract. So no nasties, no added sugar, 75% organic. So that's a pretty powerful mix. And you certainly notice a difference when you put it in your smoothies, for sure. It'll change the taste a bit, and it'll certainly add to the punch of a wellness routine. And I'm glad you raised the point about, Chad, about doing things on a regular basis to look at long-term health curves. That's what biohacking is really all about. It's by instituting a protocol and following it for at least a year to see what it changes in you. And if you don't like it, don't keep taking it. If you like the effects, even try increasing them. The key is to find out in your stack of supplements and pharmaceuticals for biohacking, which are the ones that work best for you. In a clinical situation, I can do kinesiology, find out which ones you need pretty quickly, or you can do experimenting at home if you're out of Auckland and can't get here easily. And I would recommend strongly that you look at this one here if you've got a more serious health condition. And for wellness, as the label says, try this blend here, or mix the two together. So if you go onto our website and have a look, this article will be in there, and some other articles I've written on medicinal mushrooms. So anything else you'd like to add to this, Chad, from your journey with all the years you've spent researching and using medicinal mushrooms?
Yeah, sure. So that wellness blend, it's got 3 supplements in it, which is the probiotic, the curcumin, and the black pepper extract. So by adding black pepper extract, that's been shown to increase absorption of a number of nutrients and minerals. So about a 20 times increase absorption with curcumin, and then all the other things that you're eating, whatever it is, from the smoothie, it actually increases the absorption by 4 actions on your gut. So
it opens it helps open the intestinal permeability, so your body absorbs it into the bloodstream faster, which is great.
Yeah, exactly. But overall, I think just having mushrooms in your diet is a really beneficial thing for long-term health.
Absolutely.
And depending on your day, having it once or twice, and your budget, obviously. But in general, just the mental clarity that I get, a little bit of energy. It's not like, in terms of coffee, like coffee's more of a spike. You get a bit of adrenal fatigue.
Not with Danger coffee. You don't with Danger coffee.
Not with Danger coffee. That's adding a bit of oils, right?
Way more than that. Yeah, I've done a whole video on Danger coffee, and I'll send you the recipe. Try the real McCoy. It's great. It gives you a caffeine buzz for over an hour. You don't get any adrenal fatigue drop. And now I've added this to it. I've always put this in it. Wow, what a difference. It's great. It mellows me out afterwards, actually. I really like it. So it's
I feel like it's slightly
you get a bit of an energy buzz with the caffeine, which opens up the blood-brain barrier. The permeability of it's hugely, and the gut. And then the mushrooms and the other ingredients do the rest.
Yeah, I like to add MCT oil as well. I put MCT oil in my smoothies for that brain fuel.
Yeah, I'll flick you the recipe for Danger Coffee. If any of you other people want the recipe for Danger Coffee, we'll stick it on the Holden Healthcare and the Biohacking Healing websites, and so you'll get to see that before July, and enjoy it. It's a fantastic recipe. Look, thank you so much, Chad. If there's anything else you want to add to this at all?
No, that covers most of it. Thanks, David. Yeah.
I think the bottom line, folks, is if you want to embrace the thousands of years of really good empirical research that's been done by the Chinese and the Indians and ancient Ayurveda and TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, then these products are very accessible. Go on to our website and have a look. It was in our second to last newsletter as well. And there's a big breakdown in that newsletter of all the different qualities of the specific 10 mushrooms in this mix and what they do. So have a read of that, and we'll give you a link to it down below this. Thanks very much, Chad. Appreciate you coming on the show, and good luck with it all.
My pleasure. Thanks, David.